Gonna continue working on this boat today. Got our fuel issues. Pulled the fuel tank yesterday. Found a bunch of crudge in our fuel tank. Gonna replace our fuel lines, water separators, everything in this G3 1860 Yamaha F70 4-stroke outboard motor. Doing some repair work today. Several people in the live yesterday. If you didn't see that live, you can go back. Howdy, Crunchy Cracker. You was waiting on me, wasn't you? If you didn't see the live yesterday, y'all can go back and check it out. See how we removed the fuel tank, 20-gallon fuel tank out of this G3. Got a surprise for y'all today. So I'm going to show y'all what the fuel looks like this morning. It looks a lot different than it did yesterday. So I showed y'all yesterday. Y'all check this out. Look at that. What about that? Y'all check that out. The fuel was all nice and clear and everything yesterday. We put it in this 55-gallon drum, and y'all check it out today. And it hadn't rained in it, nothing else like that. So yeah, that's the non-E. It's got a few bugs in it. A few bugs got in there, but that's not why it's milky and nasty looking. Boy, that's some cruddy looking crap right there. Hello, Mr. Bill. Y'all check it out. Give y'all a quick peek what this gasoline looks like this morning. That's or I say this morning, midday. Yeah, that's nasty. Y'all hit the thumbs up. Some of you's done it. Y'all check it out. That's a good look at what you're putting in your tank when you're pumping ethanol gas in your tank. Nasty stuff, guys. Alright, so went to town, got some parts. Kind of wanted to get everything cleaned up a little bit and set up to where I wasn't showing y'all every little bit of cleanup and all that I was doing. Kind of get my stuff together. So I'm ready to put it back in, I think. Got everything ready. I'm going to change out my fuel water separator, all of that. I had went to aftermarket, going to go back to the Yamaha brand. But right now we're going to put this fuel tank back together. So I'll show y'all real quick what I got going on here. We got a new sending unit, or fuel level sensor, whatever you want to call it. Y'all check that out right there. So I'll show y'all the one that come out of it. I'll show y'all the one I'm putting back in there. So this is the factory one that come out of it. Could have ordered this one, would have took several days. They had this dude here in stock. It's a cheaper aftermarket one. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna hang on to this one. If I need one like this later, I'll know which one to order. But this is the one that come in it. It didn't fare too well because when I bought the boat, it wasn't already working. So not sure if this little doohickey here soaked up too much fuel over time, but y'all can see like it come apart. It deteriorated. So I'm not cool with putting that back in my gas tank anyways. So got a little different style here. This one is a molar. Y'all can see right there. Molar. Look, I got the camera turned right this time too, so y'all can read all that. Just a electric fuel sender unit. They said this one will work. Got a little rubber gasket. Hello, Richard. Hello, Arc Living. Hadn't seen you before. What brand boat is it? G3 boat. Not 2010 model. Got this little sending unit here. These are kind of neat in a way that you can. This was a lot longer. You just move these little pieces here up. These little keepers. Move it, set it wherever you want to the depth of your tank. This is a 9.5-inch tank. So run it up there to where it won't hit the bottom, and it should work. I'm gonna try it and see. If it don't work, then I'll take it out and put the other one in. But you just cut this off the length that you need it. So I cut, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches off of this one. It'll actually work in a deeper tank. So just pop it in there like that. We'll go ahead and install it real quick. Trying to make sure my sending unit is in a direction that it will still go up and down and everything. Should work fine right there. Turn it that way, it wouldn't work. It'd hit the side. So I'll be back and forth on these comments, guys. I'll try to come back. Arc Living says, you've been lurking. Fished Darbone a couple times. Used to do some work in Farmerville. I got you. We're right there close. A lot of our videos are shot on Darbone. So you know our stomping grounds here, Arc Living. A lot of stuff up in Arc. I'm assuming you're up in Arkansas. Appreciate you coming on, commenting though. Growing up in America. What's up? Definitely learn. Oh yeah. Stay clear of them words that get you in trouble. Yeah, Mr. Bill, the crud was in the boat tank when I bought it. It's been like that. I should have cleaned it out way before now. That's fine, Mr. Bill. You can answer those questions for me. Because when I'm with the phone set up like this, where y'all can read the writing and everything, I can't look at the screen and do what I'm doing here. But I'm trying. One thing is, this new one come with some little bolts, some new bolts. Those won't work because we've got some nuts in here that are different type threads. So anytime you do something like this, you for sure want to save your old ones just in case something like it happens. I kind of suspicion it might happen, and it did. So I'm gonna go back with my original bolts. They're Allen head screws, or Allen head bolts. Alright. That's a little goofy. Looks like my rubber gasket isn't lining up with the holes. Alright, well. Okay, evidently that gasket only goes one way. Didn't know that. Learn something new every day. Okay, we're gonna get there. I'm just seeing which way I think it'll work fine right there. That little lever on that sending unit. Okay, these bolt holes only line up like a certain way, y'all. So I'm having to figure out which way they're gonna work. I really hope this thing works right, because it don't look like it's going to line up any kind of way. That's crazy. Alright, this got to work right there like that. That ain't worth a flip. I hope this thing rotates. Sure hope it rotates. But I think it will. I'll have to get a little crescent wrench or something real quick. Y'all bear with me a minute. Alright, I got a crescent wrench here. And let's see if this thing's gonna rotate. So what it looks like, I'm gonna double check this, is that the holes will only line up right there. That's just crazy. I'm gonna take this little rubber gasket off for a second. See if they line up any other way. Them rascals will only line up right there, y'all. That's pretty crazy. Okay. So, see, this lined up like that would hit the side of the tank. So I've got to rotate this just a little bit. I don't know if I showed y'all. So to put this in, it would hit the side of the tank over here. So I'm gonna have to rotate this just a little bit. Aftermarket fuel sending unit, or sensor, fuel level sensor. All these roadblocks, y'all. Man, that thing looks like it feels like it's not wanting to move. I don't know if it rotates or not. Surely it rotates. You gotta be kidding me. Well, I don't know if y'all can see that, but that thing's square, so it only go like it was set like this. So got to rotate it. Definitely wasn't gonna turn in there. Then it had a little rubber keeper on top of that, so. Alright, we want it like that, right there. Okay. So now it'll work. That's what I'm going for, right there. Alright, so if you buy one of these aftermarkets, I guess you got to do a little modification to get everything to work on the thing. Possibly, depending on which way your tank sits. But the way ours sit, we had to do a little modification. I think I did it wrong. Alright. We're gonna get there. Slowly, but surely. We're gonna get there. I don't know, maybe I'll zoom us out a little bit where y'all can see a little bit more about what's going on. Can you use the top plate from the other? Yeah, I'm not sure what you was asking, Travis. Definitely stick with Martha. Definitely stick with the non-ethanol if you can. Bank poles for a tournament, yeah. I can't. I'm not gonna get involved in any tournaments myself. Stay clear of those tournaments. How much hassle would it be to hook up before you install it to the tank? Make sure the gauge works. I'm probably gonna make sure everything works before Rick. I'm gonna make sure everything works before I put the seat back in. I'm gonna set the tank up there, wire everything up, make sure everything works. I got some gas to pour in it. That's why I'm late getting the live going, because I had to run to town and get gasoline. I don't really remember how tight this was, but I don't want to break it either. So I think it was probably something like that. Well, that should work. Alright, I think we're back in business, y'all. And I think that's the way. Oh yeah. I thought I was going to get all this back on and going and crank the motor on live today, but I'm not sure I'm going to have time to do all that. Much trouble I'm running into. But we're going to get it. Going back with the old bolts, like I said, the new ones were a different thread pattern. So, not using those. I'm going to just stick that nut and lock washer on there so I don't lose those real quick. We're going to get it, y'all. What we got? How much hassle? Oh yeah, I done answered that one. Dale. Good afternoon, Dale. Back with us. Rick, give me a thumbs up. This was the original ones was 1/8 Allen. No, that's not 1/8. 5/32 Allen head bolts. Sending unit's not, I mean, if you know like what your boat's running, like we shrimped down there running 2200 RPMs all night long, literally like 9 or 10 hours. Then again, another night, like 4 or 5 hours, and we still had just under half a tank of fuel with this Yamaha F70, so they're pretty fuel efficient. That means we only burn at the most about 11 gallons in 10 or 11 hours of shrimping, and that was some running wide open too, like from the landing, you know, out there and back, a couple miles, 2 or 3 miles. If you're just now joining us, that's the old sending unit I pulled out. That's the original one. It was going to take a couple days to order. This one's $100, over $100. This one was 30 something, I think. So just put this aftermarket molar. I'll show you the tag one more time before I throw it in the trash. I don't know, maybe I should read the directions. Yeah, if I'd read the directions, it would have showed me that I could rotate this 90 degrees if I needed to for it to fit the tank. I like pictures. I'm a pictures guy. So I don't like to read too much. I don't like to read all that. Yep. Yeah, it tells you about all that. Maybe I should have read the instructions. I don't know. How many of y'all don't read instructions? I don't do good with instructions. This is what I do with instructions. Y'all see that right over there? That's what I do with instructions. How many does that? I know I ain't the only one. I ain't the only one. I know I ain't. Alright, I'm going to put my tools up here in the boat. Let's see if we can get this thing up here in the boat. Get it all cleaned out. Cypress Creek Outdoors. Guess it's not a trick if it shows you on the pictures. Yeah, it's not a trick. I just don't like reading instructions. If it's something new I never did before, I might. Yeah, I don't. Alright, appreciate y'all joining. On the live, some people asked to show finishing up this on the live, so I guess we'll show finishing up. I did go ahead, y'all can see over here, I already hooked the fuel line up where I can pull my new fuel line in. Got a bunch of stuff in the boat. I'm trying not to take everything out of here. What's Adrenaline saying? And step 2 is digging the instructions back out of the trash after you lose your cool. Yeah, that's that normally after the wrenches go to throwing, Travis. That's normally after the wrenches go to throwing. So I do got me a broom up here, and I done sweep it out once. But I think I'm going to sweep it one more time to make sure I got nothing big down in under here that's going to puncture a hole in my gas tank, my fuel tank. Make sure I don't leave no like used rivets or anything. There's my wires for the sending unit. Maybe y'all can see that. I don't know. I'll have to look at the picture in a minute. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to sweep it one more time. Make sure I get all the old crappie jigs and everything else, all the dirt out of there. There's shrimp legs and everything else down there, y'all. Probably some catfish fins, mudcat fins, and all kind of stuff. Ain't no telling. Lead weights, hooks, a little bit of everything down there. I did clean it out and get all the old rivets and everything out of here earlier before I come live. Didn't want y'all to have to painfully watch all that cleaning the boat out, but I'm gonna sweep it one more time just in case I miss something. And I figured I would, cause look, see that right there? That's a lead weight. That could have wore a hole in the bottom of the fuel tank. So that's why I was sweeping it. Just making sure I got all that trash out of there. And this is the padding. It was rubber tape. There's a shrimp leg, look at there. He didn't make it. That's the rubber padding. That needs to be down there. That's just to keep that tank from rubbing on that, from rubbing too much on that aluminum. It's not gonna really glue back down, but I'm gonna set it back down on there good. That one's staying up there, so that's a good thing. But I tell y'all, before I get started and go any further, I'm gonna pull this fuel line in. See if we can pull it in. I'll show y'all what I got. These comments are killing me. Not y'all commenting, they're not moving and all like they should on the screen. 1860 center console low. Love it. 1860 is a nice size boat. I really want a bigger one just for down south, but that's the only reason. It's fine for up here, North Louisiana. See you staying in character with the Cajun Reeboks. Oh yeah, y'all check them out. I was wondering how long it'd be before somebody noticed that. Look at their styling and profiling. Things is actually comfortable. Look, y'all, if y'all ever buy any of these, I ain't advertising for nobody, but the Royals are normally the better ones. They'll always have this like clear or kind of natural looking plastic down here on the bottom, rubber. That's to grip the decks with. Y'all can see they don't slip like hardly at all on these rubber decks and stuff. Like a flat deck, they got good grip on them. These are the most comfortable ones you can get. And if you don't like them, this is what I used to do. I'll show y'all this little tip. If you don't like them like rubbing up here, you can always fold them down, and you'll see some guys down south do this from time to time. That's how I used to wear mine on a shrimp boat. I'm not going to do it to these because it messes them up. But like if you're wearing shorts and socks, you can fold them down like that and they won't rub your leg up here. So if you don't wear your pants inside of them, they'll rub your leg raw. What y'all think about that? Yep. Crocs. Yeah. These things are just comfortable. That's why I'm wearing them. They work. But I'm going to step back here. I got junk still all in the boat now. But I'll show y'all what we got back here. Maybe I ain't moving around too much. So we got fuel water separator. This is like the Academy brand. I took my my one Yamaha one out. I'm gonna try to take this one out and redo it. So I'm just gonna pop this hose off here, and try to redo some of that. Maybe I can quit moving the phone around and get it set up for y'all. How about that? Y'all can see me right there what I'm doing. What I got going on there. Y'all can see we still got our lithium batteries in, still running those. Grab a screwdriver. I'm gonna replace this line, probably replace this one too, this little short one. Come on off of there. Alright, I got that off. It may be easier for me to go ahead and, since I'm going to replace this whole assembly, let's go ahead and pop these screws out. Might be the easiest thing to do. It may be easier for me to get this hose off if I do that. see if I can get the original one back on here. I still had it out in the shop. Put a Yamaha fuel water separator back in. Cost a little more, but all the trouble I've had, go back with the original, see if maybe that helps some. But I think we got our problem fixed. Y'all seen how cruddy that gas was. Now it'll be easier for me to pull this off. Maybe. I don't know if any of it's going to be easy. Right. Tell you what. I'm going to show y'all up here what I did. 70 people on here. Appreciate y'all checking it out. Seeing what we got going on today. So all I'm gonna do here is just tape this real good, hose to hose, end to end, and hopefully that pulls through there and don't pull my tape off. I'm just gonna lay this hose out flat so it feeds in nice. Hopefully it don't give me no trouble. I'm gonna go to the other end and pull it in. Let y'all watch that end for me. Make sure it pulls out. Pulls in, okay. Alright guys, we got it. Got all we needed. Alright, I'm gonna come back to this end. Right here, make sure, get y'all a good view. Y'all can see it come out there. Here's our new fuel water separators. I got two, I got a spare. Here's the original right here, fuel water separator. This is just a cover. That's the original right there, the Yamaha one. So I'm gonna try to put it back in. Yep, if I remember right, the bolt holes match up, all of that good stuff. So, when I don't want to pull too much out, but what I did when I tied this together, it's always a good idea to leave you a tag in on your tape, and then you can just untape it right there. Pull that old one off, get it out of my way. We're dumping gas all in the bottom of the boat. Try to avoid that as best as possible. What I really want to do is get it outside the boat. I want to pull this hose off of this fitting because I need these fittings out of here, and I need that hose clamp. Alright, so now I can get rid of that hose. That's the old hose. Not taking no chances. We're going back all new, guys. So get the rest of this off because got some foam and stuff on the outside of this hose. I don't want to get none of that in my fuel system. Maybe y'all can see what I got going on here. I don't know. Maybe something I do, give somebody an idea one day. Help somebody out. Like I said, we're going back with the Yamaha. Honestly, it's not much cheaper to go to the aftermarket stuff. These fuel water separators, I think they were $15 a piece. Aftermarket ones were like 13, so not really saving us nothing by doing that, y'all. got some Teflon tape. Let me grab my Teflon tape real quick. Alright. See if y'all can see what I'm doing here. I don't know. Maybe y'all can see me. I'm not sure. I can't really put the phone anywhere it's different. Alright. Maybe y'all can see me a little bit. I don't know. So, I'm going to take these fittings out. Put them back in my original Yamaha one. It's just a brass 3/8 fitting. Get all that old Teflon off of it. You don't want that to get in your fuel system. Always try to, some people just go to wrapping Teflon on there. I like to get the old Teflon off and out of the way. That way it's not gumming up and getting in there. That's probably good enough. Either tapered threads, you don't really need it. I like to put a little Teflon, but I'll normally go about 2 wraps. And y'all can see I don't have any Teflon on the end of that, so I got no danger of getting Teflon up in here or anything. What did I just do that for? Y'all just seen me do that. I ain't believing I just did that. Just put it right back in the old one. Why did I do that? Alright, I'm going to put one more wrap of Teflon. Put it back on the right one. Now y'all know why Danielle's always on me. She has to keep me lined out. Alright, we're going to go on the right one this time. There we go. We got one more to take out. Of course, it's got that old hose on it. Probably fixing to get gas all over me. Alright, I'm going to keep this one because that canister can always be reused. Of course, that fuel water separator's got gunk in it right now. I know that already, just from cleaning out the fuel system. And we had to shake it out. I didn't have a new one in South Louisiana when we run into our problems. I just had to shake it out and roll again with that one. I'm I'm gonna check those comments in a minute, guys. Gals, all of y'all. Appreciate y'all checking out the lives. 10 micron. This is for engines. Yamaha, the way they do this canister is for engines under 115 horse. So like 115 and up, you got a bigger canister. So all of that's pretty important to make sure you go by what they call for. I'll make sure this dude's clean. Looks okay. It's a little rough. It's a little rough right there, like some corrosion or something. That's some of the issue we had, y'all. Was just this. I gotta get a little bit different. I just scrape it off my thumbnail, I think. I don't really want to dig into that aluminum with a knife or anything. Could mess my seal up. Yeah, it just had a little corrosion, probably from it sitting up that 10 years. Probably something I never did even see. Probably could polish it with some light emery cloth, but I don't really want sand particles in that fuel system, so I'm not going to take a chance on that. I'm just going to scrape it off good with my thumbnail. Clean that little bit of corrosion off of that seat right there where that gasket seals. It'll be that rubber gasket that sits there that seals off on it. We also don't know where the first owner actually had this boat. It could have been down around the saltwater. We're not sure. I know he bought it in Plano, Texas, and brought it back to Plano, Texas to the dealership when he got ready to get rid of it. I think we're good, guys. Probably be good to put a little oil right here for that to seal off. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna grab some light oil or something real quick. Not real sure why I couldn't find light oil, but I finally found some. Alright, I'm back. Catch up on comments a second. Well, somebody's gonna have to comment for me to catch up on comments. I'll catch them in a minute. I just got some light oil. I'll put a little bit on that O-ring, that gasket. Yamaha Marine Fuel Water Separator. So it's not a fuel filter, it's a fuel water separator. Get that one over here in the trash can in a minute. This one I'm going to put in a Ziploc bag, leave it in the boat where I've got it with me. Alright, tell y'all something else I think I'm going to do. I'm going to top this off with gas so it's easier to prime before I put it on that can. At least put a little bit in it. Y'all, I can't explain why, but that gas went from milky looking to clear all of a sudden. I don't know if that's the humidity does that. Maybe somebody can answer that. The gas in the drum. This will help a little bit when we get ready to prime it. Could give us some trouble. We'll see. Prime that new fuel system, fuel line, and everything. Throwing stuff on the ground over here. All right. Now I'm gonna put this canister back together. Make sure all my trash is out of there. That should be good. Just got this thing here. I hear the phone buzzing. I know y'all commenting. I'm gonna have to catch them in just a second. Alright, that was easy enough. Now then. Yeah. We got this one here. It's 3/8 hose, y'all. This is, maybe y'all can read that, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll get a close-up. It's U.S. Coast Guard, Marine rated, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. See if I can get y'all zoomed in. Alright, there's the comments. Let me catch up. Who we got? Alright. I had read Mr. Bill's comment. Silicone bathtub sealer. Yeah. Gotta get some Crocs. Laugh out loud, Dale. I agree. Arc Living said my dad used to wear the Royals. Talking about my boots. My Mert 6040 will go through about 13 gallons over a 2-night weekend trip. That ain't bad. Ain't bad. That's about right. Dale says boat's looking clean. You should be proud of your maintenance on it. Oh, Dale, you just don't know. I don't do near enough maintenance. Can you attach a new fuel line to the old one and pull it through? Yep, Rick, you seen me do that. That's what we did. Use hard lines and you won't regret it. They won't break over time. Hillbilly, I'm not sure on that. Don't doubt that at all, but I'm just going back in with this rubber. It's not that bad to change them out if I need to again. But those right there made it like 15 years. Don't think my hoses, doesn't appear that the hoses were the problem. Ethanol in the gas tank was the problem. Gaming with HP QE high. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're saying, buddy, but appreciate you getting on, leaving a comment. Alan, it's Danielle's fault. Definitely Danielle's fault. She's not here, so I can blame her. Mr. Bill, it's a new hose deal. Mr. Bill's helped me answer questions. So welcome back. Colin Mills, put an extra hose clamp in the bag too. Oh yeah, we keep some extra stuff like that. Rusty says, I don't know which is worse, fuel or electrical problems. I can tell you, Rusty, I think electrical problems is the worst. I'm an electrician by trade, and I hate electrical problems. On 12 volts, I just can't stand them. Milky looking in the gas. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all, but it's clear now. I'm not sure why it's clear now. I just walked back by it and it's clear again. Freshwater soul, probably Danielle laughing out. Definitely Danielle did it. She probably pumped ethanol gas in my tank while I wasn't looking. Kent Malley, brother, you got to get that thing back on in the water. You're right, Kent, I do, and we're gonna be there very soon. I'm confident in that. What kind of cheese do you put in your baited hoop nets? Just the in the baited wire nets we put the cheese blocks. In regular hoop nets and slat traps I like to use cheese trimmings. You can get those at Nets and More, maybe some of the other net companies, Jonesville, maybe Memphis Net and Twine. I'm not sure who all sells the cheese. Sometimes there'll be some people on Facebook selling it from time to time, but yeah, just the cheese trimmings. Alright, I do electrical stuff for a living as well. Talking about Arc Living. Yep, it can make you a decent living. Nothing wrong with that. Just be careful with it and respect it. MPI, Marine Fuel Line, SAE, blah blah blah, U.S. Coast Guard type, whatever. That don't give me much confidence, but we're gonna roll with it. That's what they liked at the boat dealer. So, or at the marine place that I went to. So we're gonna roll with it. Oh, I should have put that on there before I fastened it on, I think. Goodness. Guys, if that leaks, I give up. I give up. I ain't going nowhere, boys, girls. Alright. Now let me see how much I got up yonder. And I'm going to come back with a short piece right there. Better take this one so I know how long to cut that one. Alright, look at there. Brand new piece. We're gonna get there, y'all. Sometime today. I think you can over tighten those too, by the way. Alright, so more off of that. Might help if I put my hose clamp on there. How about that? Why won't that work? I think it will. I think it will. Now look, this just snaps on, I think, if I remember right. I can get it around my battery. Look at there. Like brand new. Let me set this up and I'll come back and get y'all in just a second. Alright, that should be it for back there. Now, what y'all got? See if we got some comments or something. Over 70 people on here. Y'all see Peanut and Subi down there. Like the lens is fogged up or something. 73 people. Maybe it's because I'm zoomed in. How about that? Alright, there we go. Comments. Freshwater sole. Don't forget to grease the axle bearings just in case. Oh, I'm all over that. We got brand new ones since last year. We had a hub go bad. Had a bearing go out on the trailer on the way back from South Louisiana. Chaplin Net Company in Louisiana sells cheese for boxes and hoop nets. Yes, they do. Freshwater sold. Used to buy 5-gallon buckets of it. Yeah, I used to buy 55-gallon drums of it, but I hadn't bought any in a while. Glad you're getting your fuel problems fixed, Randall. Yes, sir. Appreciate you checking in, Randall. George Jones. Dad got a 55-gallon barrel when I was a kid. Early 70s. Don't know where it came from, though. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can get them from any of those net companies. That's what they sell, a 55-gallon drum, 30. Probably can buy 5-gallon bucketfuls. Hello, boys. Hadn't seen you in a while, boys. Doing pretty good. How you doing? I'm doing a job. I don't know if it's a good job or not, boys. We trying to get this boat back on the water. We got the fuel tank snatched out of here right now. She's gone, but she's fixing to come back in just a few seconds, actually. Yep, let me zoom out just a little bit where y'all can see what's going on. I'm gonna show y'all this for you right here real quick, just in case anybody ever has to do this. And I'm sure a lot of you's already done this, so y'all bear with me a second. But y'all can see the pop rivets right there. And here's one right here. There's a pop rivet. That's what's left after we drill it off. So before we go back in with the step and everything, you just want to flush them up like that. Take a little punch, knock it through. Right here is the same thing on this one. Take a little punch, knock it through. I went ahead and knocked most of them back through, but I wanted to save a couple just in case nobody's ever seen what you would do with those rivets. Didn't know if everybody had seen that or not. I know a lot of the older guys have seen it, but yeah, I just take a punch. Some of them are a little harder if they're in thick metal, but these in this thin stuff up here, like that one's harder. It's probably in a seam or something, or it's just riveted real good. Alright, now y'all can see we've got our holes right there ready for our new rivets to go back in. I've already checked. I've got rivets. We're in pretty good shape there. We got this hose up here ready to go. I think we're like pretty much ready to go back in with a cleaned out fuel tank. We don't really have nothing with writing on it, so I'm gonna reverse this again. There you go. Now I can kind of see the comments as they're popping up and everything now. Did you see the alligator gar that Keith and Tara caught? I absolutely did. I get to see some of those pictures before y'all get to see them. We stay in touch. We stay in touch. Y'all give me a second. Bear with me. Phone moving around and everything. Trying to get it set up. Back it away a little bit, where y'all can see the new tank going in, or see me getting it in. Y'all can see I got junk screwed everywhere. That's a bunch of the old screws and stuff. But got the drills over here. Still finding pieces of rivets and stuff in the floor of the boat. Alright, let me see if I can wrestle this gas tank up in here. I think we're ready for it. One thing I do know I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to extend my wire right here also. That's not going to be long enough, so I'm going to have to redo that for sure. But we're going to get the gas tank in there first and go from there. So, first to come up with a gas tank. Y'all give me just a second. I gotta get back up in here with it. Getting too old for all this. Jeez. I guess it beats paying somebody to do it though. So, like I said, I've got that pad down there. I'm gonna set that pad in place. Not sure. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, there's no way that's gonna reach. So I gotta add some wire to that piece there. I guess y'all can see everything okay. Y'all looking a lot of the floor. Maybe I can raise it up just a little bit right in there. I'm missing some of the comments, guys, but I'll come back to them. And while we're on live, I can't see how much battery I got left on my phone, so if it does go dead or something, I just didn't have enough battery. But yeah, I think next thing I'm gonna do is go on and put these brackets back in place. Looks like I gotta scoot it a little bit one way or the other. Pretty sure that one went on the floor right there. I don't know, I'm gonna have to, I don't like how that one went in there. I don't really like how that metal right there is rubbing that gas tank right there, the fuel tank. Whoever installed this before really didn't line this up very good. I'm probably just gonna realign it, put some new holes in it, y'all. $75 people on here. Appreciate y'all checking in. This stuff was there for a reason. I don't know why they didn't center it up from factory. Should have been a little more centered up than what it was. I don't know. That one just looks big to me. Get a smaller drill bit. Now let's try that. That's a little more better right there. We're gonna get it installed anyways. So I'm gonna redo this one also. Center it up a little better in the floor than what it was. get that one screw in there. Then come back and get that other one. Look at there. How about that? That's a little bit better. 2 more people on, we'll have 80 on the live, y'all. Installing a gas tank. Fun. Appreciate y'all checking in. If y'all, tell you what, I'm gonna take a second, step out of the boat. There may be some people on here that didn't see the problem we had. So, I'm gonna show y'all the problem we had real quick. Ethanol in the gasoline. Don't use it. Simple as that. Check it out. It looked milky this morning. I'm not sure why it goes from milky to clear, but it went back clear. But look at the crud in there, y'all. Check it out. Barbecue gar. Yeah, I'm probably gonna grill some gar in an upcoming video. Y'all just now noticed something. That ain't real good. I just noticed that green down in there. So that means my pickup coming out of there had a screen. Yeah, see the screen? Look right there. I didn't know the thing had a screen. All that come apart in there. Inside that fuel tank. Oh well, we don't got one now. I don't really see what that screen was going to stop anyways. That the fuel water separator or anything else ain't going to stop. What y'all think? Y'all think I should... I couldn't get that pickup tube out of there. I tried to take it out of the tank. I was going to look at it and everything, and I could not get it out. Yep. Mark. That come out of our fuel tank. I don't know. We don't have a screen in our fuel tank now. So there's a screen right there. I just now noticed that. You can see that screen where it all come apart in that tank. What y'all think? Double check what? Yeah, that one's junk for sure. Adrenaline Turkey Call says roll with it. That's what I'm thinking. If I have to, I'll add a fuel filter or something. I'm not taking that tank back out of that boat. Looks like to me it was a problem to start off with, having that screen in there. You know, that stuff comes apart, goes in your engine. It ain't no better than if you didn't have something. What y'all think? Yeah, I don't know. There's a real screen right there, y'all. Check it out. Screen from society. Just start all over? Not a chance, Glenn. Yeah. Yeah, we might look at an inline filter or something. Yeah, that's junk. Where they manufacture this stuff at, y'all? We got over 80 people on live putting a gas tank back in. I don't know, all kind of people jump on when we show what was in the gas tank. We get to 100, I'll have new people on here. If we get to 100, I'll show what was in the gas again before I dump that mess out somewhere. What do you think, Joe? Roll with it? I think roll with it. I think roll with it. That ain't what roll with 85. Appreciate y'all jumping on the live. Alright, so the little pickup was down in here. I could see it. This is it right here. Here's the little pickup right here. The port coming out of the tank, and it's got a hose on it I'm telling y'all, I tried to take that sucker out of that tank. This nut will back off of it. You can loosen this off, but I cannot get that figured out how that comes out of there. And I'd be all about taking it out if somebody's got an idea. But it don't like screw out, so I don't know how it comes out. I mean, I tried to screw it out. It's like it's just stuck in there or something. It'll move a little bit. Randall says roll with it. Joel says roll with it. Put an inline filter. Several said put an inline filters. What do y'all think? Y'all let me know. We gotta roll with it or we gotta fix it. One of the two. What's it gonna be? Oh, that definitely ain't the right way. Well, I guess it is the right way. That don't look right. What are we doing wrong? That ain't right. That's right. Now we going. Y'all let me know. Fix it or roll with it. Send it. Ain't that what they say? Send it. Just send it. There's a bottom. Eric, well, how in the world are you supposed to get to the bottom? Let me know that. You can't, there's no way to get inside this tank. How would there be a nut on the bottom? It does act like there's a nut on the bottom. But how would you get to it? There's this tank's sealed. I heard someone yesterday say that the inline filter would cut your fuel pressure down and cause problems. That's what I heard, Mr. Bill. That's what I've been told. Y'all let me know. Come on, where's your boat mechanics at? Inline filter, no filter. This thing had a screen on it. The screen is gone now. We just found it. If you have a filter on the motor and the fuel water separator, you'll either roll or paddle. 100%. Travis, 100%, buddy. Roll or paddle. Dang, we might should have just bought a new, I don't know. I do know that a lot of those pickups have like screens in there and stuff, but I've never seen one come apart like that. But that's not, if they're gonna come apart, I wouldn't want it in my, I wouldn't want the metal contaminants coming out of my tank going in my motor. That's just crazy. I think the end of this live, we will, I might pour that gas off and let y'all see what's in the bottom of that crudge. That's pretty nasty stuff. Alright, where is these holes at? I don't know, these was backed out or something. Almost like maybe they stripped out or something, I don't know. Maybe they just worked out because it felt tight going in there. Felt right. I think she's good to roll. What do y'all think? Y'all like it? Yeah, if it's got a nut on the bottom, I don't know how you'd... Yeah, there's something there. This nut here will loosen up. I can get this nut loose. But when I loosen this, she still don't, like, it don't turn no more than it turns right now. That's it. So I don't know what's down in here. It's crazy though, y'all. Dustin says roll with it. Just make sure you have a paddle in case. I keep the trolling motor on the front. Everybody says roll with it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That little screen ain't gonna keep particles that'll plug an injector from going up that gas line. Ain't no way. So we're gonna roll with it. Let her bump. Let her bump. I'm gonna have a little extra hose left. Bought 15 foot. What'd he say? What'd he say? Somebody, there it is. Hillbillies, moonshine, vent it. Look at your gas cap on your truck. The gas cap is the vent. Yeah, we got a vent. The vent's right here. The vent's here. It goes out the doohickey over here that's got to go back on. I'm fixing to put all that on, back on, and in place. I think I'm gonna. I think I am gonna leave this a little bit of slack in this line to work with it. Maybe about yay much. Mr. Bill says it's not really a filter. Just supposed to keep the big stuff. You're right. It's just a. It's not a filter. It's just a screen. Just supposed to keep the fish scales from getting in the fuel system. That's all. Maybe I should have put that one on there before I fasten that fuel tank down. Tell y'all what, I wonder about this stuff sometimes. What do I get myself into? Definitely put the fuel line on before you fasten the fuel tank down. Alright. I think I got it on now. Jeez. Now I don't even know what I did with my screwdriver. I see it up there now. What somebody say, the tools start flying? That's about to that point. About to that point. That's normally about the point when Danielle brings me something to drink. 76 people, 55 likes. Y'all hit the thumbs up for me. Help the channel out. Hit that like button. Hold the big nut with a wrench. Alright, what you saying there, Glenn? Screw the 90 knuckle out that the tube is on. Yeah, Glenn, I tried that. It wouldn't move. I don't know. I was almost scared to break it. But I'm really not sure what I'm going to actually get done if I do get it out. Guess you could get a new one and put a screen back on it, but I'm not even sure it's going to help much. He says stop. Stop what? Okay, continue. Wait. What the heck, Glenn? So when Freshwater said when Danielle steps back, beware of the tools. Alright, what you trying to say, Glenn? What I need to do? What you saying do? I thought that knuckle would turn out too, but it didn't. I was afraid I'd break something. It was in there that tight. Like I back this nut off, it'll spin all the nut will spin all the way off. And I would figure that the 90 would come out counterclockwise, screw out or something, and she's in there tight. But like I said, I don't know if I'd be done much good if I got it out anyways. Had to go get a new tube. The way that one did, it'd probably just come apart again. So I'm thinking roll with it. We done made it this far, we may as well let her bump. I don't really think it's going to take much out of the fuel system anyways. Like I said, the bigger particles. Yeah, I'm definitely not 100% sure. I can see the tube down in there. It's just sitting right on bottom. Yeah, the tube just runs right down on the bottom. The pickup tube does. Travis, we ain't got time for all that. He wants to see it back together. All right, I agree, Travis. Let's roll with it. Let's let her bump. Make sure I ain't got no black witters in here. I also wanted to double check this fuel line, make sure ain't nothing in here. Seem like it's coming apart or anything. Everything looks real good in there, y'all. I don't see no issues. I'm gonna let her bump. I'm sure this is about to be a pain anyways. Should have stuck it back on before I put the I'm gonna loosen these clamps up a little more. Make it a little lighter on myself, maybe, hopefully. Get them up here out of my way. Alright. That ain't worth a flip, y'all. I can tell y'all. It didn't go near as far as I wanted it to go. I got a fix for that. Whew. Goodness gracious. Just some light grease, y'all. Maybe that'll help. Good idea, bad idea? Y'all can let me know in the comments. Much better. It actually went on that time. So that was just a light grease. Soap and water? Yeah, soap and water will work too. That grease just worked. All right. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Now, I'm not really excited about like clamping those hose clamps just yet. I guess I could, but I don't know exactly how that's gonna be about right, or if it needs to get. I think it's gonna be right, about right. Everything looks good over here. I think I'm going to tighten them down. I can always loosen them back up, but I think I'm going to tighten them down. I'm getting there, guys. That works for me. I like it. Alright, I think we're ready for the step, y'all. So, y'all give me just a second. We ain't ready for the step. Gotta finish the wiring up. Gotta finish the wiring up. So, here's what I got. Let me see. Here's what I got. Maybe y'all can see it. Never leave something loose. I agree. A little faith goes a long ways. Erica, you're right. That's probably a good idea. What was you talking about, Glenn? What's a good idea? Wallace Knife Works in Homestead. Hadn't seen you. If I've seen you, it's been a while. Appreciate you coming on though. Got 2 Fuller filters on your inline filter. Taylor. 1 on your engine. Oh, Wallace, I missed your first comment where you said Vaseline. It's basically similar to what I put on there, Wallace. It was it's a light grease, like a silicone-based grease, automotive grease, like that I think it's dielectric. You can put on electrical connections and stuff. Yep, gotta hook up the electrical. That's what I got, but my cable ain't big enough, so I gotta cut and splice on a little piece of cable on this. Extend it a little bit. Let's see, I got some. connector somewheres. And I got some tools somewheres. Oh yeah, we got it going on. We're gonna get it for sure. And then that one's gonna be a ring lug. So I gotta have a ring lug also. Let's see what I got. Come on, I know I got a ring lug somewhere. That one's not big enough. I gotta find a ring lug that'll fit this. That's about some crud right there. Let me see what else I can find. I got some somewhere. Normally I keep a box of them in my tool bag. I'm gonna need some butt splices also. Pretty sure I got some of those somewhere. I know I just bought some the other day, so I know I got some butt splices. Got plenty of ring lugs. They're all like huge. Not happy about what I'm finding. Let me look in this other. I got another bag right here with some stuff in it. And I got some connectors. Got big ring lugs, got little ring lugs, a little bit of everything. Where's everybody going? They're all leaving us. I probably got to doing my job a little slow here. I might have to just use a fork connector. I got some, yeah, I think it was dielectric grease. Pretty sure that I had. I guess I could drill one of these ring lugs out a little bit. Or I could just use a fork connector and be done with it. Really wanted a ring lug on there. Yeah, I don't know. I might regret putting a fork connector on there. If it slides off, I ain't real sure if it could cause a spark or what. I wouldn't want to be sparking up here next to the gas tank. I don't think. What do y'all think? I think we drill out, see if we can drill out one of these ring lugs just a little bit where it fits. Make that work, is what I think. And I'm also not 100% sure on the well, that thing's almost go. I'm gonna show y'all what I got going on here. Crunchy Cracker says send it. That's what we're gonna do, Crunchy. We're gonna send it. Almost going. We're gonna get it. Uh-oh, drill bit's coming out. Look at there. We got something now, y'all. Alright. I got a little piece of wire here. I know I just didn't knock that. If it ain't one thing, it's about 50. Knock that off. But we're gonna make it. So it's a little piece of wire and extend down here with. Alright, we're gonna get there. Sorry about that. Just added a little bit of coating to this wire for a little added protection. Alright, now I need I think I'd lose my head if it wasn't screwed on, y'all. See if this works. Yeah, that one should work just fine. So I read I don't like making a bunch of extra connections, y'all, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to. You ain't got no choice. Thought I had two of them out. Try to get it back in that spiral wrap. There we go. I like that stuff pretty good. Probably a little bit bigger wire than what I had, so should be fine. Alright, we're gonna get it going here in a minute, y'all. That's the black one there. Alright, now then, I'm not 100% sure which one of these goes on which, but I'm going to say that that's going to be the hot, so that's going to be the red. That's the way we're going to do it. And we're going to try it out like that. Tape all this up good. So we got not a lot of exposure on these wires up here bouncing around under that step. Up so I don't spill them. Appreciate y'all joining us. If you just joined us, or if you've been on here a while, thank y'all for bearing with me in this time of difficulty that we're going through. It's been interesting, to say the least. But we're going to make it. We're going to get it all back together and get back on the water and get y'all some videos shot. Hopefully. Wind's blowing today out here, so we wouldn't have to worry about that too much today. Always, y'all, if I make a electrical connection like that with butt splices, just a little tip to keep those wires from shorting against each other, always like to wrap one of them individually myself a little bit. A couple wraps of electric tape like that before I stick them like together and go to wrapping them. But you can see what I did right there. Like I give it a couple wraps first. Oakley is making all kinds of racket in there. I'm gonna have to go let her out, I guess. She's upset. I don't know. Is our somebody tell me, is our live glitching? Cause it just like give me a notification that I'm live. So is the live streaming good, or you got a problem with the live? Y'all let me know. I'm not real sure. What's it look like? Y'all give me a comment. Let me know. No, I don't need a electrical services company. That's what I do for a living, Crunchy Cracker. Or that's what my real job is. Looks good here. Yep, but we just gonna fasten this up before I lose all my bolts and washers up here. Couple quick blips. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. We got some cloudy weather moving in. Maybe that's what happened. I'm not sure. So give y'all a little close up right here. So not sure I really like this being exposed like that, but there's not much I can do about it. I think it's gonna clear the seat and everything. I could get my saw and cut that stud off just a little bit, but I don't know. It's actually the cap, the rubber, the plastic cap goes right here, so it never would have metal hit it anyway, so I think we're just gonna bump with it. Let her bump. Tell you what I better do. I better turn that over there so we're not putting that one in a bind, pulling it loose. That right there. I think that'll work right there. Kind of wished I had like a tie strap or something but I think the strain is on this one, so I think we're fine right there, y'all. I think we are fine. Oh yeah, we're good. And I got slack in there. If I ever need to pull it out, I can pull it out. I probably won't ever get back to that connection without popping the whole seat back out. It's not a seat, it's the steps, what it is. But it'll be alright. Get all this stuff back out of my way. I think we can come in here with the step now. Y'all get to see it all go back together. Alright, does anybody need? I'm gonna jump out and get the step. But I'll show y'all the gasoline one more time. One more time. Y'all check it out. Look at there. Non-ethanol at its finest. That's what government regulation's doing for us. Not good, y'all. Not good at all. I think y'all can see that just fine. Y'all bear with me. I'm gonna get to the bottom of that. I got another bucket over here. I'm gonna pour it in some bucket and I'll bring it over here and show y'all that the remnants. So y'all bear with me just a second. Show y'all what was in that gas tank. Y'all check this out. I'm gonna have to go let Oakley out. She's upset. Yeah, it's a pretty nice day. You know, it ain't bad. Y'all check this out, what was in my gas tank. Look at that, y'all. Y'all see that all right? Pretty bad stuff. There's my little screen I was talking about. I've been floating around there a while. I think that just goes over the end of that. Nah, that ain't keeping nothing out of the fuel tank. Out of the gas line. Yeah, it's pretty nasty crude in there. What y'all think about that? Yep. Keep your gas tanks clean, guys. Yep, pretty day here, for sure. Whew, gotta get away from that. Gotta get away from that. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Oh well. We should be good for at least a couple more years. We get this all back together. Y'all let me go let the dog out. I'll be right back. We're gonna put that seat in, or that step in. If she knows we're out here and we don't let her out, she goes to howling. So she's happy now. You happy? You happy now? Yeah, she's happy. Alright, we got her out. I had her put up because I went to town to get some gasoline and stuff. So, let me see if I can get y'all back down there. Let me go around to the other side. Probably gonna need a hammer to flatten my step out a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't bend it up too bad getting it out. Here we go. Get out of there. Alright, I'm coming back, y'all. I don't fall getting in here. Alright. No, I had to kind of move it a certain way because of all the stuff over in the corner over here. Oh, I tightened up all them fuel lines. Oh, that should be good. I think we're good to go. Alright. Starting to look like a boat again, y'all. What do y'all think about that? So you got a few things you can do right here. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna have to start somewhere and just put one in one of these rivets, and then go from there. Yep. I got two choices. I got some little rivets, and I got some big ones. And I got an old rivet gun. I ain't got no new one. That ain't doing as much good because that was about empty. But I got a good many rivets here to go off of. Got some more here. Those got water in them. Don't need that. I don't know how they got water in them. And got some here. I got two different sizes. I don't know if I want to use them big ones or not. That ain't what was in it. Probably gonna go back with what was in it unless I have trouble. That's what was in it. Right there. See if I got the right size here. I already know that this thing works crazy, and I'm gonna have to have some pliers or channel locks or something to get those out. I should have had those up here out of the way. I should have done. Alright, I'm gonna just pop one in there. What do I do with that? Line it up good. Alright. I'm gonna spin y'all around where y'all can see what I got going on. How's that? Maybe that'll work for y'all. Y'all see what I got going on right there. I'm just aligning that hole up, see if I can get this one in. That one's in there. Show y'all this real quick. That's our sending unit and everything. I didn't test it yet, but if it don't work, I can get back to everything right here. So, I'm not extremely worried about it. I think that gasket went right there, like that. Put that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and lock this back down so I'm not getting all on this. How about that? Now then, I'm gonna go back over here so y'all can see what we got going on. I'm gonna wanna do like one every so often or something, not this rivet gun doesn't just stick in there. But we're gonna get it. We gonna get it. gonna have to bow up on that one to get it seat pushed back in good. There it went. I don't know about it. Flatten that back in like it should have been. But it's gonna make it. I'm missing questions? Or y'all just commenting? You gonna test it first? Probably should have had. But I don't know. Good idea. I probably should test it first. Tell you what, I might put like most of the rivets in, just not all of them, and then we'll test it. I do use high quality gas. The bad gas Michael was put in before I bought the boat. Sometimes the wires will connect backwards on the sending unit. Yeah, I'm gonna try that real quick, Colin, and see. I think I am gonna test everything before I go much further. I'm gonna pop a couple rivets in the other side, and then we'll test it. At least y'all can get to see that maybe before my phone goes dead. Anyways, that way if I gotta drill some out, I ain't gotta drill a ton back out, and I'm not burning up all my rivets. But I think I am gonna pop a couple in. I was confident. That's why I wasn't going to test it. I actually just forgot. I actually intended on testing it. 100%. One rivet goes up in here before I put all that back together. Maybe y'all can see over here. Put this one in that corner real quick. I'm not real sure what good that little thing there would do you, to be honest about it, y'all. I guess y'all can see. Uh-oh. Let me reverse this. I'm not real sure what good this little cover. It's an access port, but that thing's almost purposeless, to be honest about it. Like access to what? I mean, you can't. It ain't like you can take the hose clamps and stuff off. So I don't really know what the purpose of putting that there is. If it was a compartment you could put stuff in, that'd be different, but it's not. It's just an access port to your fuel lines and stuff. Ain't no way you could get in there and take those hose clamps off through that little port. There's no way. Not happening. Oakley, what are you doing out there? Alright. I know I had a 3/8 or this will work. I know good and well I got a drill that'll roll faster than that. That worries me a little bit, like I might be going into my gas tank or something. That's not such a good idea. Put them over here on the side, but not. Take out of there. I guess there was originally rivets in there. Yeah, I think we'll go back with rivets in there too if all this works right. They can always be drilled back out. No big deal. I might use aluminum rivets. So I think we'll put some gas in it. See if the sending unit works. And see if we can prime it and crank it. Let me bring some gas over to that side. If it ain't one thing, it's something else. Tell y'all. I don't ever like to pour that last little bit out of that gas can in anything either. Alright, now here comes the real test, y'all. See if we can get this dude primed up and going. I'm gonna get my water hose hooked up real quick. This Yamaha, you don't have to have the old ear muffs on it. It's got one of these things right here. They come in pretty handy. I don't know. Maybe all motors got these now. I'm not sure. None of my other ones had it, but pretty nice. I think my OX66s may have had it. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I had two Yamaha OX66s. Let me cut my water on real quick. Like that thing. I didn't know it's going to be spraying all over everything. How about that? A little bit better. Might want to make the extension cord out of it. Alright. I'm going to wash my hands now and everything. Alright, we got water flow. So you gotta check that out. Now, I'm going to go over here, see if I can get her primed up. I already had the gas in here. There was some in that line because when I transferred lines, so hoping when I crank it, it'll pick up out of there. We'll see. I'm gonna get up in there and crank it real quick. Try to crank it. Alright, let's see what we got. Fuel sending unit showing like almost quarter of a tank on 3 gallons, 3 or 4 gallons, so it's working now. Like a kitten, I hope it does. It better. I'm hoping it stays that way. It stays primed up. I can't really tell. Make sure we pull it out of the tank now. I'm gonna let it run a few minutes. I think we're good to go, guys. The oil feels fine. I think it primed up. I think we pulled up out of that out of that pickup tank. Pickup on the tank, I mean. Alright, I think that got it. Needed to run it anyways. I hadn't run it since I've been back from salt water, so I needed to run fresh water through it. What's your problem? Alright, y'all. I'm gonna pop rivet this step back in. That's gonna be a wrap on this little project. So we just put some pop rivets in. I'm gonna just keep on this one side, go away across. Should go back together just fine. Hopefully you was whining inside, now you're whining out here. You just calm yourself down. We ain't got time for all that. Things don't want to come out of there, get back in there very easy. Alright, I'm back where I can see the comments. If y'all got anything to say, y'all got any comments for me, I'll go back over them. I seen the Big Tim say Shazam. Raised outdoors, purrs like a kitten. Michael said, you know you got good water circulation. Crunchy said I was heading out a while ago, but now I really gotta go. I'll catch you later. Appreciate it, Crunchy. Rusty says, yes, sir. Believe you're ready to go. I think we are. Rick says, alrighty then. Duty calls. Y'all have a great day. Appreciate you stopping by, Rick. Michael Craig says, a job well done. Now I know how to do my boat. Yeah, it's a little work, Michael. But a day or two you can get it all done. Freshwater says, wish my 25 would fire up like this. Collins says, good job. Lawrence Hilbin Sr. says, good job, broker. And Lawrence, oh, that was a misspell, said brother. Good job, brother. Lesser Langley, steel, stainless, or aluminum rivets? Aluminum rivets, Lester. 100% aluminum. That way you can drill them back out. I wouldn't dare put stainless in here. Ain't no way. Gotta be able to get them back out if I need them back out. So definitely aluminum. Just aluminum rivets. ETHANOL, I think, is where I probably got these. I don't know. You can pick these up in some stores and stuff. Maybe I got them at, I'm not sure where I got them. ETHANOL probably. I know they sell them. You can order them online. That's nope, got them at Tool City in Ruston. These are 3/16 rivets. 3/16 aluminum. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd be scared to put stainless in a boat. You had to get back in there, then you're gonna be out of luck. You know. Hope I got enough of these. If not, I'll have to stop by tomorrow somewhere or this afternoon and pick up some. Getting close to having about half of them back in. I don't know, I had some bigger ones here too. That's the bigger ones. Got a big head on them. They're 3/16, they just got a bigger head. Don't need those, no. Not for this. Not for this project. Looks like I'm gonna have plenty. I don't know, might want to use, I got some different length ones. This floor, I might want to use these a little bit longer ones in this floor. Make sure I'm getting through everything, because there's like a padding down here. I'll make sure I'm getting through that padding too. Yeah, so in your floor you might want to use a little bit longer ones if you got a padding down there like this one. Like a rubber padding down here, y'all. Y'all can see that. About to have this project wrapped up, y'all. I'm ready to get back on the water. This is for the birds right here. What am I running into right there? I don't feel nothing. There we go. This been for the birds, y'all. Y'all had to give me a minute. I'll get back on these comments in a second. Trying to keep the camera where y'all can see what I'm doing here. don't know, always get stuff put together. I got extra parts left. It's be bad to get your boat put together, have extra parts left for your boat. Not sure that's such a good thing. Sorry, I was missing the comments. Now you know Oakley wants to go fishing. Come on. Yeah, she gets. We like to take her in the wintertime. She loves a boat ride, but she gets like extremely hot in the summertime because of her black coat. Rusty says, believe Miss Danielle needs to fix you a good supper. Oh, she definitely does. Probably fried shrimp tonight. Nope, actually, she's got a meeting, so. Yeah, maybe supper tomorrow night. Maybe fried shrimp tomorrow night. Definitely a difference in rivet quality supplier department. Use them on dog truck trailers all the time. Yeah, I don't know what brand these are. I ain't never had no trouble with them. Arrow. Been using these from time to time, and I haven't had any trouble with them. Ever use rivet nuts? I have not used rivet nuts. I have not. I don't even know what that is. Hadn't used them. No, these just regular rivets right here. It's regular aluminum rivets. You can drill them out and drill them out, punch them through, and roll with some more next time. I hope I ain't got to do this for a while. Have to do this again. Might just sell a boat or something. I don't know. Upgrade to different boats, maybe. I don't know. Don't want to have to do that again. I mean, it's doable. It wasn't bad, but it was a pretty good project. Of course, now that's going to jam up in there. I'll come off. So I'm all the way over here in a corner now, guys. Last little bit over here. About to wrap this project up, hopefully. Of course, these ain't gonna line up all of a sudden. I don't know, I might have to drill a new one there or something. I don't know if that's gonna go in there. It's like manual labor here. Go back to the short ones over here, y'all. Just don't need them long ones on this side wall over here. Some all of a sudden don't want to line up. I don't know, y'all. None of them want to line up. There we go. I don't know, I'm gonna have to drill that one out. I said it was 3/16. I bet it'll go now. What do y'all think? Oh, there. My knees. That was rough on my knees right there. Getting old. Goodness. Alright, guys. Let's see what we got. Oakley, what's your problem? Over there. Ain't that just something? There. Why won't that work? Alright guys, y'all got to see the boat run, got to see all the crud. Let's see. What we got? Yeah, I don't like my boats being in the shop rusty. That's why I try to do as much of this as possible as I can. At least then I know what's done on it. You know, if I had to go back, I mean, I do put them in the shop sometimes when I just don't have time or don't know how to fix them or whatever. If I can at all fix them, I try to do it myself. Best kind of labor is called you doing it. I don't know, Michael. Tired after doing this. 4 bolts held that fuel cover down according to the teardown video. Fuel cover. Not sure, George, which one you talking about. The fuel cover. I'm not sure. You talking about this one? I'm not sure you talking about that one. Adrenaline Turkey Call says, boy, after all that, I feel like I accomplished something. That's the only way you accomplish something, watching me do something. If it makes you feel better, my pain is your gain. You killing me, boy. Michael says, got to see you do a good job. Oh, got to see you do a good job. I don't know about good job, but I got it done. Hopefully we're ready to go. I'm gonna get over here on the lake in the next couple of days and test run this thing, put a few miles on it, make sure everything's good before we go back to South Louisiana. Probably won't fish out of it before we go back down there, but we'll see. I do have this weekend, so. Danielle said to remind you of your anniversary on the 5th. I keep forgetting that, man. Y'all can't let me forget that. I'll be in trouble. I know the 5th's in a day or two. I don't even know what today's date is. 2nd, 3rd, something like that. Means it's coming up fast. I usually wing it. I'll wing it. Just talking about the whole box. The fuel tank, yeah, there was 4. The whole box. Oh, I don't know. Originally, that whole, if you're talking about that box right there, that box, I mean, there's 4 screws in this, but there was originally in mine, all of this was riveted down here, and there was a lot more than 4. It was six rivets in there originally, because I drilled them out, put screws in it. I done had this off once to look underneath there, and I just put screws back, but I decided not to put the screws this time because they were getting into that gas tank. I didn't want them puncturing a hole in that gas tank. That's why I did that. Yeah. 3rd, yep, I'm safe for 2 more days. Travis, remind you of yours on the 12th. I can't remember mine, much less yours. I'll try, but dadgum, I can't remember nothing. Too much gas fumes, I guess, working on a boat. Alright guys, look, I've been on here almost 3 hours. That's crazy. I knew it'd take me longer to put it back in. I'm usually not in like a big hurry going back with stuff that's mine because I want to make sure I get it right, make sure I don't forget something. And I'm still thinking right now, I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget something. But either way, appreciate y'all keeping me on my toes. All the suggestions, comments, the likes. Hit the thumbs up before you leave. We're at 94. Get that up over 100 before y'all leave. But that's going to be it for this one. God's Country Hunting and Fishing. Keeping it real. Y'all enjoy. Don't use ethanol. No ethanol.